Hey, how's it going? Back with more Zoo Tycoon 2. In between episodes, I've been quite busy, and I'll go through the changes I've made. Last episode I ended off with putting up these concrete fences. I have gone ahead and I have put them around every exhibit, so that's real cool. I've been having a huge issue with people freaking out and running around acting like the fennec foxes are chasing them. And it's a glitch, and it basically tanked my fame because everyone was upset. But I seem to have fixed it for now, and I've done that by moving the gate. I think when the zookeepers go into the exhibit and the gate opens, the people were freaking out. So that's all back to normal. I have since maxed out the release to the wild portion of the fame meter. So as you can see, we're at 4.5 stars right now. And the only thing we're really missing is the number of species. And I've since added some camels to the tortoise exhibit. And I think here in the zebra exhibit, it's a pretty big exhibit, I think I'm going to add some ostriches to it. And hopefully that won't cause any issues. Okay, here they go. They're starting. This is what I'm talking about. Everyone starts freaking out. And they're running from Fennec Fox 5, which seems to be... Honestly, it was 5 and 1 that were giving me the most trouble. So let me see, I can't even find 5, but let's see when I put them in a box if everyone stops freaking out. And there goes half my star. Okay, now they think 8 is chasing them. So it has something to do with the foxes, I think when they start play chasing. It's just really annoying. And then everyone gets all angry and upset. And now they can go about their day. Okay, is it you, Janeth? Why don't you go take a hike, Janeth? That might fix things. I've been looking into it, and apparently when one of them starts freaking out, it causes an area and effect that makes them all start freaking out. So hopefully that deals with that. Camels and tortoises. You know, makes sense, right? So let me see. Here's my thought. Ostriches. Do they don't share any enrichment. But I'll go ahead and put in a pursuit ball for the ostriches. And yeah, let's go ahead and put a couple ostriches in and see if that messes anything up. There's a lot of people in that corridor. So I kind of have to monitor it. And, you know, I'm wondering, maybe it's just like one, if like a guest gets bugged. Like Sandra here, who's trying to buy a hot dog. I don't know, it's been very annoying. Nonetheless. So you see my guest happiness has tanked. And that's because everyone was freaking out about the foxes that are clearly encaged. So that should come back on its own. I have an idea. I'd like to keep expanding. I just have to figure out where I would put this exhibit. And I'm kind of thinking up in here. You know, maybe you have room for a funky exhibit here. So let me see how I wanna go about doing this. I kind of want it to follow this pathway here. Let's see how that looks on the path. Okay, not so bad. Alright, there is a bump there, so I'm going to smooth that out. Like that. And we'll come up this way. And, how about stop it right around there. Let me see. Can I not just have this? I guess that's alright. I do want to make sure this is not like in here. Really like that. Alright, cool. So I'm going to smooth out this terrain. It's really cutting in. So that would be kind of a funky little exhibit up in here. But I do see room to put something in here. So I'm going to do that. Concrete wall fence. And should probably keep smoothing everything out. So that's what I'm going to do. Kind of looks, let me see. There we go. There are a lot of animals are looking to reproduce, but I'm not really that interested in helping with that. Let's give them a little more, just because. Okay, so that'll be a new exhibit. And let me just move some of these trees around. I do like having the trees. We can make use of them. Go ahead and start placing them somewhere around in there. I think that'll look nice, as long as they're not all facing the same way, which they might be. Like that one definitely is. That kind of happens sometimes with the trees in the park that are generated. The ones you don't place on your own, sometimes they all face the same way. So I might actually just place some in myself. Alright, cool. And I might chop down the rest, I think. Grasses can go. Let me see how this all looks. Okay, there's some grass I missed there. Everything else looks pretty good. Okay, so put in a gate. Put it here. Put it there. And I think I'm going to make this a double animal exhibit. Very similar animals, but separate. And as you can see, bongo will be one of them. The bongos. And I think the other one, the okapis. And there we go. We got a half a star. So the bongos like an umbrella. The okapis do not. So we'll go ahead and give them one. They like a salt lick. They like a salt lick and a scratching post. Go ahead and get that in. What was that about? Fennec foxes. Not worried about that. And probably time for trees. And you may recall, as I was saying previously, that the tropical rainforest exhibits that I currently have are pretty sad in that they don't have any trees. Once you get to a much higher level, like 4.5 stars here, Keep an eye on this. This guy seems to be having issues with the food and drink, so I need to keep an eye on him. But yeah, you can make a tropical rainforest exhibit that looks a lot better. I forgot, I kind of wanted to put in a little patch of water. Oh, there we go. Right there. So, rocks. I'm always kind of meh on the rocks, but I'll add some in. And start adding in some plant foliage. Scythian lamb. I've never seen this before. That's definitely, you can tell by the leaf up here, from one of the DLCs. So that's cool. And all there is left to do is put in the food and drink. And I think I might go troughs. Not bamboo, but branches. And I gotta figure out how to put everything in. Okay. You're gonna eat the lettuce, man. Are you actually eating? Yes. I don't know what the issue is with the tortoises. It's always something. That's a lot of bubbles, though. Just always something, an issue with an animal. I'll put in a water trough here next to the water. There goes the red kangaroo has died of old age. So bongo 1, bongo 2, okapi 1, okapi 2. And the only reason I'm doing this, to not give them their own exhibit, is just to get the number of species up for this zoo. That's pretty fantastic. Take a look at everything. Species is going up. Guests are happy. No one's freaking out constantly. So I'm pleased with that. I have to keep an eye on the tortoises. But hey. Everything else is going not so bad. I think I can go ahead and fix this acrylic. I want to face it though. And you might as well do this. These 3 too. Okay, very cool. Don't freak out. So they are actually telling me, based off of this biome, that I already know that the biome is perfect because it's just tropical rainforest and that's what they like. But it's kind of green. This green bar indicates that the size is acceptable, but it's a little on the small end for the 4 animals. So I can actually come in here and expand this a little. And this should make them happy as the dog goes freaking out outside my room. What's new? And there we go. They're, as you can see on their space bar, is full now. So that's how you deal with that. Expanding exhibits as necessary. Guests can't find an ATM. Okay. I found one of them. I can see about putting one up around here. guess I could just put it here on the edge. So that's where that will go, I guess. You just clip through that door. Alright. So I just need to make sure everything is going okay over here. Janeth Bacon is back. Which concerns me. So I'm going to move her away from everyone else. Although she seems to be doing much better. Okay, so species still up. Happiness is pretty close. Entertaining animals are pretty close too. I just remembered I need to do something. And the month is about to end based on the sun that's going down. April 23rd. So there's a little bit ways to go. I am going to go ahead and put in... Well, no, I'm not actually. I think I'm going to just give it to someone else here. So Burnell, I've given the zookeepers assignments. So Burnell will have the fourth exhibit here. And actually, that could change too, especially if I put in an exhibit here in this funky patch, which will probably end up happening. Yeah, a lot of cool animals once you get up into the high fame rating. I'm trying to think here. The size of this exhibit, it's so strangely shaped. Kind of seems like you would kind of want a smaller animal to go in there. Although, let's be honest, elephants would be really cool. A rhino would be really cool. A lot of really good stuff to fit in here. The thing about it is I don't really need fancy animals, I just need more species. So, I gotta think about that. P-file 19. We're popping out the P-files around here. Hyenas would be really cool. They're quite expensive though. Maybe hippos. Pygmy hippos would be cool, but they're very expensive too. Pass on the sea otter. I was considering putting in the warthogs into this exhibit, but I decided on ostriches because they're a bit cheaper. Oh, I hear it. It's beginning. Fennec Fox 5. Just seems like there's an issue with 5. I don't know. Let's see if that calms them down. Okay. Release. So that'll be something to keep in mind. You are... It's Janeth Bacon again. She keeps showing up. As fantastic as all the expansion packs are, they definitely introduced their own issues to the game, too. So, I guess, there's a lot of poop in the lion exhibit. I don't know what to say about that. Mr. Zookeeper, we do have a lot of lions now, which is pretty normal. After a while, they breed quite well. Everything's looking good over here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what would be a good animal for an exhibit here. A wildebeest. Kind of thinking hippo. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the idea of a hippo in here. So, let's start fencing this area off. This is going to be expensive. This fencing is much more expensive than the chain link fences. Go figure. Then also I need to probably cut this off here. Leave that space there. And then come along here, and I'll have to move that bench, but I will keep this little indent, because I think every little bit of space is going to be of importance. And I don't know, I'll leave that there for now. But there went all my money doing that, so that's kind of to be expected, I suppose. I don't think I'm going to have enough cash in here to put the animal in right now. I'm going to do this and do that, and maybe I'll get one down in time. But there's no cash to be sold for the compost heap. The okapis are in the corner of the map. And Brian Kane is out of money. I'll put that there. Put that there. So I think I am going to put in some hippos here. Hippos are definitely a zoo staple. So now I just got to figure out where the water will be. And I'm thinking, based on my gate placement, something like that. And now they need some deep water. Probably wrap it around here. Like that. Smooth everything out. So it's not just a cliff. How many fennec foxes do I have left? Only 4. So they don't live all that long. But I don't know. They've kind of been a bit of a headache, to be completely honest here. Okay, so the only issue with these slivers of land is that it can be tough to put in things like food and drink, and hippos like stables for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. And so there's really like no land available to put one in. You could put one there. You could. I don't know if I want to. I don't think I do. I think I'm more interested in putting in trees. Green pitcher plants. Sure. And papyrus. And rocks. Didn't give them any enrichment, so let's put in a scratching post at least, and they can have a ball. And that should be good. And now normally I would put in 2. I definitely will put in 2. For the sake of this video, I'll just put in 1 right now. And I'll probably put in a second one off camera. I'm just kind of interested in adding more in. So I am going to work with you, Brunel. Assignment 4. Don't worry about it. And there it is, 5 stars. Okay, so that's important. I'm going to put in a new zookeeper. He'll get this exhibit, and I'll give him this one too. But the next step is that my full animal list is unlocked. Now I just need to get a hold of a giant panda per the the requirements. So I'm going to re-roll everything. There's the orca. That's the marine animal's 5-star animal. And I'm going to start re-rolling and trying to get a hold of a panda, because I do need to buy one for this this challenge. Meerkat. And the reason I'm not re-rolling these other 2 is because if I lose my 5th star, these 2 slots go away. So I want to try and get the panda on one of these. What is that? A mandrill. There's a gigantic sloth cave lion. Definitely a lot of cool stuff. There's only so much room that you can place. Now those would be pretty cool. Gigantic cave lion. Alright, I'll get it eventually. It'll just take time. I'm gonna keep spinning here. Look at this, the Florida panther. Now that would be cool too. But got my eye on a very certain animal. So nothing else really matters. Although I do want that that other hippo. Hopefully I'll put this hippo down in and it doesn't start acting like there's not enough space between the 2 of them. That would be bad. That's certainly possible. Where did the hippo go? There he is. He does seem to be okay for space. Ethiopian wolf. Now that would be interesting too. That it's quite expensive though. The thylacine, that would be really cool. The extinct, there it is. Okay, we got it. Okay. So, just in time, because we're about towards the end of this episode. So, let me, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep playing until I get enough cash to put down this last hippo. And then, I think I'll go ahead and call it there. And then I'm gonna play a little bit off camera. And I'm going to raise the money for Panda. And then once I have the money, I'll probably record again. Here's our new gate for the 5 stars. Pretty awesome. Probably start playing. I'll explain how I want to work the fit in the panda, which will be cool. And then, you guys aren't stuck, are you? You're like really close to the fence, which is concerning me. Yeah, there's a lot of animals that want to reproduce. Alright. Don't have any issues, please. Nice. Okay. So, yeah. There we go. Hippos, bongos, okapis, and ostriches, too. So, there was a lot added this episode. You see, I've only really expanded into half the park. But this whole mountain range, I don't know. It's kind of, it's not that it's hard to deal with because I just flatten everything out, but I kind of like the aesthetic and then just leaving it. So let me see. Let me check this challenge again. Adopt one male giant panda. So that'll be what I'm working on next. In the meantime, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This worked out pretty well. And more to come. I love you. Not really.